Underhand deals happen all the time, not just in the sports world, but in America.
If you want to pay Kawhi Leonard $28 extra million to sit there, good for you.
I would do it in a heartbeat if I was Kawhi Leonard.
The agent job is to make sure, one, they protect you, and two, get you max amount of dollars.
This is not the first, it won't be the last, but if we're talking about the magnitude that they got caught potentially, yeah, that's next level.
Why are you snitching? Well, who cares?
Charles, let's be honest. You literally joined a team with Akeem Olajuwon because he had won 2 championships. Sounds like, wow, that sounds like maybe LeBron going and joining D-Wade. And then you brought in Scottie Pippen. Man, that sounds like Chris Bosh joining. Why do we always make it seem like LeBron is the first person to ever join up in NBA history?
Cheers. Cheers. Bloom. Bloom sparkling energy. Have you guys had this? Lemon perfect? What are you on, Perk? What are you on these days, Perk?
Huh?
What are you on these days? Oregano oil and black seed oil? Oh,
and water.
Low key. Hey, Perk. I got on the oregano and black seed oil. Shit is working. Your boy, it's kind of crazy.
Oh, you got on it?
I got on it immediately.
Oh, so you listen?
Listen, I be listening sometimes. Sometimes I may joke, but I be listening sometimes. I got on it. Your boys listening, and I got on the kettlebells. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Now the next step is you know what I'm saying, cutting out the carbs, because when I saw you in Vegas and your shirt was tucked in, you got some love handles too, you know what I'm saying? So now the next step is cutting out the carbs, you know what I'm saying? No carbs, no sugar. No. That's all upper body. That's how I crop my pictures. You know what I'm saying? Chest up.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Listen, Vegas was tough. I had to make some life changes. Changes.
I make life changes every single day. It's good to see the both of you. Welcome to this edition of Road Trippin. I'm Allie Clifton, Kendrick Perkins. I can't even say it out loud. Come on, her face.
Came in her face?
Came in her. Wow. Okay. And you guys can't see it on your side, so just bear with us. He's Channing Frye. Richard Jefferson will be popping in and out. You guys know the drill. You know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. Go leave us a rating and review on your favorite podcast app. We love you. We appreciate you. On today's show, Clipper salary cap, Kawhi scandal. Pablo Torre just dropped a bombshell investigation. Steve Ballmer's company paid Kawhi $28 million for a no-show endorsement deal that former employees say was to circumvent the salary cap.
Say?
The company is now under federal investigation for fraud.
They'll get off.
We have Mark Cuban coming on the podcast next week, and he has reached out to Pablo and said he would like to go on his podcast after Pablo invited him. So there's a lot going on. How big is this scandal, though? Is where we begin.
First of all, why are you snitching? No, why are you snitching? Who cares? If you, listen, do you know how much this Lemon Perfect bottle was? Probably 28 cents. This is what Steve Ballmer thinks of 28 million. He's like, oh, here you go. You want this? Here you go. He don't care. He don't care. Also, why are you snitching?
Who's snitching? Who's snitching? The reporter? The reporter's job is to snitch. Our job is to keep it quiet, right? Like, Ballmer didn't tell. Kawhi didn't tell. So Pablo's doing what he's supposed to do. And he's doing an absolute great job. Shout him out for this investigation, right? Again, all of these things are allegedly. We were talking about Malik Beasley and all of his drama, and then it turned out to be allegedly, not be to not be as true as we know, and as you know, he is in a position where it looks like he's going to be able to possibly play again. If you would have asked people 2 months ago, it would have been a completely different story. So all I'm going to do is play both sides of it and say this, allegedly. Now let's get into, if this really did happen, it's happened before. Everybody knows the Joe Smith deal. Everybody knows what happened with Joe Smith. If you know the NBA, this is not the first time. This won't be the last time. This happens all the time. Now to this level, like some old, like 1990s illegal recruitment of college player level of like, we're going to give you $28 million in a duffel bag. You got this. This is some Blue Chips. Go and watch the movie Blue Chips.
Great movie.
Right?
Great. Except it's just in the NBA.
Yeah, except it's in the NBA. And yes, Ballmer does not care. He's one of the richest men in the world. But so was Paul Allen, right? Before he passed away. Paul Allen had all the money in the world. They would tell teams like, hey, we want picks, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, hey, and we want to give you $500,000 in cash. It's like, we don't take cash. Because they'll do cash considerations. Yeah. Portland was on a no cash because like Paul Allen doesn't need cash. So they're like, we don't need money, right? We need picks, we need valuation. So they've had this before. You still can't do that. You still can't do it. But the players rarely get in trouble for it. Players don't get in trouble for it. That's all I'm saying. Players don't like, again, we don't know if this to be true. Like maybe he started a company and Kawhi was going to do it and then they couldn't get the funding. I don't know.
If you want to pay Kawhi Leonard $28 extra million to sit there, good for you.
I would do it. I would do it in a heartbeat if I was Kawhi Leonard. What? I would do it in a heartbeat.
I would have made up a commercial about him and trees talking to each other where they don't actually talk. He's just hugging it.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
Where's the integrity? What the fuck?
Integrity? What? Professional sports?
Stop.
Integrity. No. Allie. This is survival. Wait. One last thing, Perk, and then I want you to go because Perk's going to bring us all together, right?
Well, duh.
But wait, really quickly. When you talk about players, they always like, oh, we'll give you a front office position. We're going to give you this and we'll make you an ambassador, right? Like this is what a lot of these players are offered, especially later in their career, right? Or will allow you to get like possible ownership. A lot of these things are promised to people. Michael Jordan was promised something. That's why when he left the Wizards, he went back to play, was promised something. And when he retired, he didn't get it. So that's how the whole thing, Wizards breakdown. So players are often promised things, futures, a lot of futures. That happens all the time. The issue is this was a current thing to circumvent the cap, which changes it. So there's always these backdoor deals and agreed negotiations that happen all the time. Rarely is it found and reported on. This is not the first. It won't be the last. But if we're talking about the magnitude that they got caught potentially, yeah, that's next level.
It's insane.
I'm ready for Adam Silver. I'm like, let's see what Adam Silver's going to do with this one.
Perk, what do you got?
So two things. You want the medium picture or the big picture first?
The medium.
Okay.
Big. We all go big.
Right. So here's the thing. One, I believe that Kawhi Leonard is getting too much heat for this shit. Right? Any player would have taken that shit. Like that shouldn't be on Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, when he's negotiating a contract, and this is how it happens with all players who's negotiating deals. They have an agent in place who I believe is Uncle Dennis for Kawhi Leonard. I may be wrong, but I believe it's Uncle Dennis. Uncle Dennis he represents Kawhi Leonard. Okay? When you sign a contract extension or you sign with a new team, how many pages is that shit?
Lots.
Who on this, Richard, have you ever looked through your entire contract?
I can lie to you. I can lie to you and say yes.
You can lie. Okay. Janet, you know what? You might have. He
can't eat chicken without choking. He definitely read his whole contract.
He read his. What? I've never like reading.
Bro, I've never read my entire contract. That's why you have an agent in place, right? An agent finding things like, hey, we got the deal. Here's some of it, right? Here's the contract, but I got to go change paragraph such and such on page such and such because I don't like this, right? The agent job is to make sure, one, they protect you, and two, get you max amount of dollars, right? Like, you got to get your fucking bread. Now, Kawhi signed on the dotted line, right? Pretty sure it was like, hey, we're going to add this extra incentive. We can't max you out. We need to keep this money. This is how we're going to do it. Kawhi is doing nothing else that nobody else in the league does as far as when they sign their paperwork. All I'm saying is, again, look who's running the organization outside of Steve Ballmer. Here we go. Lawrence Frank once again. Right? I've been on here. No one trusts Lawrence Frank. All of a sudden, Lawrence Frank, who's running the organization under Steve Ballmer, this shit comes out. Okay, cool. But the Clippers need to be getting more heat about this than Kawhi Leonard does. Okay, that's number one. Big picture, Allie, is no integrity no more. I tell my wife this shit all the time. Vanity is so green to the world. Nothing in this world, when you're being successful, and it goes to show you that billionaires cut fucking side deals in whatever they do. Billionaires have under the table shit going on every single day. That's how they get ahead. When it comes down to even in our shit, when you talk about trades, right? Like when we talk about how a team stole a player and doing free agency, right? Agents cut side deals. Hey, I will get you such and such if you re-sign and max out this guy. Like, underhand deals happen all the time, not just in the sports world, but in America. No one has ever gotten ahead by being fucking honest. You can't make me believe that shit. No one. It's always something, whether it's, I'm not saying they're cheating, I'm not saying they're doing nothing illegal, but you can get ahead by the relationships. People take for granted when they say, oh yeah, it's who you know, not what you know. Well, no shit. No shit. No shit. Even when you look at but see, here goes some real shit right here. If you wanna keep it a buck in the media landscape, a lot of personalities are represented by the top dogs. Top dogs, relationships matter, right? So it's not like, that's not everybody who got something to say, the Kawhi Leonard scandal. No, side deals, shit go on all the time in the United States.
Perk, really quickly. How many players agree to deals at 12:01? How many players?
That shit been done 3 days ago.
Yes. How many players agree to deals at 12:01?
It been done 3 days ago.
And that's been done for a decade, 10 years, 20 years.
All I'm saying is this, right? And I'm leaving it at this. Should Kawhi Leonard get some heat? Yes, but not as much as Lawrence Frank, Steve Ballmer, and Kawhi's agent. Because no player reads their entire fucking contract when they sign it. I'm sorry. So you can't.
No. This is the part. We can't fault him for not doing his due diligence. We can say that is acceptable, but that is a part of his responsibility. If there's an extra $23 million in your contract, bro, from having $28 million, thank you, Alex. There's an extra $28 million in your contract, and you're gonna act like you don't know. I'll absolve him of that, but we can't fault him saying, well, he probably didn't read the contract. Yep. He knows that there's another $28 million. He knows that if he requests a trade, he ain't getting that money either. He knows.
That's bullshit though, RJ, because let me tell you why. That's bullshit. Let me explain why. Because not only your agent, most agents have some type of law degree. Am I right?
No. Now we're doing generalities.
Hold on. I'm just asking because I'm saying most agencies have their lawyer. That's why when you sign the contract, doesn't lawyer fees get taken out along with agent fees? Because lawyers look over your contract to protect you, so you don't have to do it. All I'm saying,
we're gonna agree to disagree. We're gonna agree to
We're not disagreeing on that. We're saying the same thing.
I agree with you, and I think, listen, if he gets a one lump sum $28 million, that's the thing. If he's getting $1, $2, $3 million a year extra, I don't think he's noticing that, to be real. I don't think it's like, hey,
listen, bro, if I got a separate company, if I have a separate LLC named KL2 that I sign up for, right, that I have, and my distributions that are going there equate to $7 million a year, my guy, I'm noticing that.
Hang on, they put it in his name?
No, the name of the LLC was
his initials and his number? What?
It wasn't wrapped up too tight, Ellie.
And this is what
they were really hiding. They were more. Yeah, they were like
peekaboo. Ellie,
are we smelling the trees or are we fucking smoking the trees? Like what?
What the fuck?
It's like, hey, you see me?
Lawrence Frank, your job is to do what's best for the fucking organization, bro.
Hide it better.
Remember, there's no integrity, Perk. Let's remember that.
Wait. Look, there's no honor among thieves, but yes. Are we surprised? Does it happen all the time? Yes. If you're LLC, don't quote me on that, but I believe that's what I read, that it was KL2 was the name of the LLC.
That's the most insane thing ever.
Thank you.
Having said that, really quick, and then we're moving on.
I'm noticing $7 million going into Road Trippin LLC.
Bitch, no, you ain't.
That's true. That's true.
No.
Well, somebody's noticing it.
Rich is not noticing shit.
I'm not.
Having said all of that, what's the punishment?
A vacation using that $7 million you get every year, a yacht in the Mediterranean in the middle of the season, whatever you want.
I don't think it should be a suspension.
Make him play. That would be
somebody going down.
I think a fine. I think a fine, a big ass fine, like a huge fine, because Adam Silver has.
By the way, if they did it once, they've probably done it before.
Richard, Shannon. By the way, it's time for Adam Silver to make a real big statement. You know what I'm saying? Because people have been playing with this man too long. I always say he's one of the best commissioners in sports. I came up when I got drafted under fucking David Stern. David Stern didn't hide, God rest his soul. He didn't hide who he was. When you saw him in person, he was still that firm motherfucker when it came down to dress codes and shit like that. He was zero tolerance. Adam Silver is so cool. Players could pick up the phone and call Adam Silver. And I'm not just talking about franchise guys. Role players. They could call Adam Silver for concerns. He is a players commissioner, but at some point, he gotta lay down the hammer, pause on something, and make an example.
Oh, wow. Great conversation. What a way to start road tripping this week. All right, moving on. Charles Barkley.
Oh, wait, my turn. Fuck him.
Oh. Wait, hold on, I'm getting a Red Bull. Keep going, Richard.
Oh, wait.
Really?
Wait, I'm sorry. Which part were you going to go on?
No, you go
with
first.
the Bill Simmons? Was it the Bill Simmons?
Yeah,
fuck him. I got this shit.
Chuck
Watch out.
dropped gems
Watch out.
on Simmons.
I'm ready.
Can I do it for our audience?
Do it for our audience.
Get ready.
I'm ready. I was about to be a social media.
When was the last time you stretched? Said the second apron exists because players are soft and want to team up. Called out LeBron's crew for demanding everyone calling him the GOAT. Is he right? Okay,
my turn. All right, this is my favorite part because I've done this. This is my favorite. This is my favorite part. All right, so social media team, get ready. This is a clip. We're about to social this. All right, really quickly. I remember Charles Barkley got drafted to a team with Moses Malone, maybe Dr. J, and Maurice Cheeks, right? So he got drafted by a team that was loaded, right? They were into their career, but so he did, right? Then I do remember very vividly. Hey, Channing, I need your attention here. Do we remember? No, I said Channing, not you, Perk, bitch. I showed you how much you listening.
That's actually funny.
That's funny. So then I remember Charles Barkley going to Houston. And then he teamed up with Akeem Olajuwon. And then Scottie Pippen was also there. So now Scottie Pippen, Clyde Drexler had just retired, and then Scottie Pippen, who was only in year 11, so it wasn't older. Him, Olajuwon and Charles Barkley were at year 14. Pippen was at year 11, so he was in his prime. That sounds like teaming up. If I'm wrong, right? Hey, let's go to Shaq and Kobe. Does everybody remember when they recruited Gary Payton, who was still in his prime, and then they recruited Karl Malone? Do we remember that? The second all-time leading scorer to play power forward next to Shaq in his prime after they had won 3 out of the last 4 championships? So are we saying Shaq and Kobe? So when we look at teaming up, right? He did it. He joined Olajuwon. And then Scottie Pippen came in. And now we're talking about the second apron exists. Did we forget our history? His own history. And I love Charles. Charles is my icon, my idol, my big bro. There's not a person in this industry that I don't love, that I fucking
Is that why you're bald?
Yes, I'm bald because of Charles. But Charles, let's be honest. You literally joined a team with Akeem Olajuwon because he had won 2 championships. Sounds like, wow, that sounds like maybe LeBron going and joining D Wade. And then you brought in Scottie Pippen. Man, that sounds like Chris Bosh joining. And then you got Shaq and Kobe, who also went and called. And then they lost in the championship because of an injury to Karl Malone, some BS, but they still made it to the finals. So Karl Malone joined with Shaq and Kobe and got Gary Payton. So these guys joined up. Why do we always make it seem like LeBron is the first person to ever join up in NBA history? The Celtics
before Bron made his move, KG, Paul, and Ray joined
up, right? And so it's like when you look at this over the history, it's like, come on. The second apron we're blaming everything on LeBron, right, wrong, ugly. That's fine. We're cool. That's a different story. But Charles joined the Houston Rockets with Akeem Olajuwon, and then they went and recruited Scottie Pippen. The Lakers with Shaq and Kobe went and recruited one of the best power forwards of all time to play next to Shaq and next to Kobe, and then they went and got another all-defensive historic guard in Gary Payton. That defense with Gary Payton and Kobe Bryant at the front line, are you kidding me? They were trying to make it unfair. So how are we going to just now all of a sudden forget all of our NBA history? And that's just going back a few years. Come on. So no, the second apron doesn't exist because LeBron and guys wanted to stop competing. Why did Charles go to Houston? Or maybe he's telling us he didn't want to compete. Come on, Charles.
To add on to it, the second apron, it wasn't just because of guys teaming up. It's a lot that came in place with all these rules, right?
I was going to say, whose fault is it then for the second
guys
apron?
sitting out.
The NBA Players Association for allowing that stupid apron to exist.
Hold on. Guys sitting out, right? This played a part in it as well. Getting max dollars or guys wanting out. What I'm saying is, we can't just blame Bron about every single thing, you know. And I hate to go.
How does the apron affect players sitting out?
We got so many rules, bro. It's a lot of rules.
But I agree. There's a lot of rules. I'm okay with the rule, but no. Kendrick Perkins, don't get mad. I'm asking a simple follow-up question. Then fix your eyebrows, bro. Fix your eyebrows. Go like this. Too many minds. Anyways, what I'm saying is I'm okay with the 65 game rule. I'm okay with that because guys were sitting out. I'm okay with that. And it's like, to me, I look at that very similar to the dress code. They want to change what's going on. They put it in, and then slowly but surely it was kind of taken away. I don't think that the 65 games will stay forever once the load management and teams were as responsible as players. It wasn't just the players. You and I had a different responsibility growing up where we would say, I'm going to fucking play. These kids are getting told to sit down. Coaches are getting told how many minutes they can play a player. So a lot of this was the health and science. That's why Adam Silver said the health and science doesn't back up what they're telling us. So the rules, yes, but players sitting out, that second apron was a mistake because owners wanted to stop competing against each other. That's why people are circumventing the cap, because owners were competing against each other. And if I can't do that with the apron, I'm going to circumvent it and give this guy an extra $27 million. 28.
Okay, let's move on.
I just felt like they didn't want the players to have control. So now a player, either you're going to take all the money and you're going to be stuck on this team, or you're going to take less so that you could be on a good team. I think the owners wanted that instead of saying, well, you're the best, you get to go get all your money. Now you could demand a trade, and now I have to trade you even though I want you here. So there's going to be a lot less movement with the top players because of how hard it is to trade. Like, look how long it took to trade Zach LaVine. Look how long it took to trade some of these players who are making $20-30 million a year. Like, you can't go anywhere because teams go, I don't want to be in the apron. Like, I'm not going to trade you for this unless you have true value. So owners are like, now everyone is the board is smaller where everyone has a piece, when the board was really big before and guys could say, give me max and now get me out of here. I want to go over here.
Fair deal. All right, we're circling back to last week and actually going to get into this. So Kendrick Perkins, where are you at?
Wait, what else? Somebody else said something that pissed me off.
Okay, let Allie get to what she was saying.
I know. I'm just thinking.
Think about it.
She's talking to you. I'm rubbing this big head of mine.
He's thinking out loud. All right. Last week, Perk said that Rondo should be in the Hall of Fame. So with the Hall of Fame induction this Saturday, let's actually give proper attention and settle this. Why does Rondo belong in the Hall of Fame? By the way, the 2025 class, Melo, Sue Bird, Dwight Howard, Maya Moore, 2008 U.S. Olympic men's basketball team, Billy Donovan, and others.
They keep skipping over our Olympic team, man. It's tough.
When I got
Perk.
problems?
Why does Rondo belong in the Hall of Fame?
Why doesn't he, Allie? That's the question. Why don't he? When you think about it, look at his resume. Again, 3-time assist leader, 1-time steals leader. I think he made all defense 3 or 4 times, 4-time All-Star, 2-time champion with 2 of the most historic franchises in sports. And what I'm saying is, I hate to bring Reggie Miller into this, but I got to compare resumes. Reggie Miller, 5 times he made the NBA. He was the NBA All-Star. Okay? 5 times. Right? Rondo 4 times. Reggie Miller, no championships. Rondo got 2. Right? All-time assist leader 3 times. Like, this matters. So if I Google and put their resume side by side for as they accolades, how doesn't he get in?
I would say we could pick a better person than Reggie Miller to compare him to. I know you're not. You're just looking at accolades. Relax. I'm agreeing with you that Rondo has a legitimate case.
Is Klay Thompson a Hall of Famer, a future Hall of Famer?
First ballot.
Okay.
First ballot.
We're not comparing Klay. We're not comparing Klay Thompson and Rondo. I'm not. No offense. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think Rondo is a great player. Rondo on neither one of those teams was the Batman or Robin, right? Was he the leader? Was he a floor general? For sure. But you wouldn't say on the Lakers when he won, nor on Boston, he was the first or second.
Let me wait. Really quickly. This is my biggest thing that I want people to start giving more recognition to. Because if you're the defensive player of the year, you look at like Ben Wallace, you look at Dikembe, a lot of these guys, they made their success on the defensive end. So when you look at, let's say for Rondo, if he was a 4-time All-Star and was a 4-time All-Defensive player, to me, that's the same equivalent at being like a 9-time All-Star. That's the way I see it. I look at that because there are guys there are players that were 8-time All-Stars that were never made an All-Defensive team. Right? Doesn't mean that, like, you know what I'm saying? But if you're an 8-9-time All-Star, you're gonna get into the Hall of Fame. If you're not 8-9, 10-time All-Star, 1-2 All NBAs. If you're a 4-time All-Star, 5-time All Defensive team, I think that those things are actually weighed somewhat evenly. Somewhat.
All I'm saying is this, just to the Klay Thompson point to you, Channing.
Right.
5 times. I mean, he's a 5-time All-Star.
Okay.
He made All NBA 3rd team twice. 1 All NBA 2nd team, All Defensive 2nd team.
Okay.
When you look at their resume side by side with their accolades, I just don't get it.
There's 4 championships and 7 finals, and I'm not saying look, that's a part of the equation. As a part, well, you just get so
Ew.
I'm hungry.
So he's been the second. He's been the second guy on a 4-time championship team.
He hasn't been the second guy on the 4-time. He was the second guy on 1. They got KD for the other 2, which made KD and Steph. Then the last one, Andrew Wiggins was the second best player next to Steph Curry. So let's get that straight now. Let's get that out the way. All right, cool.
Apologies for my ignorance here. When did Rondo officially retire?
I don't think he had to. I think he put it out there.
I'm very confused why people do that.
Because I did just look up primary criteria for the Hall of Fame, and you have to be at least retired for at least 2 full seasons.
Yeah.
This actually says his eligibility isn't even until 2026.
Oh.
Okay.
That's why
he just recently. Yeah.
So I'm wondering right now, like, we're talking about, you believe he should be upon that
his
eligibility time.
requirements. Not right
Yeah,
now,
requirements.
not today, but I'm saying whenever he's eligible, he should be in the Hall of Fame.
He should be in the Hall of Fame.
No one's over here arguing with you, bro. No one's.
I was a little bit. I was, but
okay. Well, I was not arguing your point. I was trying to give him credit towards all defensive teams because I think people don't necessarily equate that with being an all-star. If you're one of the top 15 defensive players in the NBA, like that is one of the most grueling jobs that you can be a part of. That to me, being an all-defensive team, that's harder than scoring 15 to 17 a night. In my opinion, if you start getting the 20s, it's harder. 15 to 17 a night, and you're an all defensive player. That's equivalent.
And let's bring this up real quick. When he was three times he led the league in assists, right? Who was in the league at that time? Like
what year was it?
Kid, Steve Nash, Chris Paul, Darren Williams.
So
it was a John Wall. It was a Derrick Rose.
It was real.
It was a point guard. It was a point guard league at that time. Like,
okay.
I'm telling you, I'm spitting facts with my guy.
Along those lines, which current player won't make the Hall but should, in your eyes?
The NBA Hall of Fame, and it's not at the NBA, it's the Basketball Hall of Fame. So I would say most people that should get in. It's not if you're talking about criteria, I think baseball is the hardest, then football, and then basketball. If we're talking about the three, like the big three. Basketball
is Mark Rosen gets in?
Yes.
Do you think
Jimmy Butler gets in?
That's a good one.
Yeah. I don't like talking about guys that are in their first like half of their career. Right, I'm talking about guys that like Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry
is here's my argument with Kyle Lowry. He's the greatest player of that organization. He has to get in
of all time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But just because you're the greatest of an organization, but no, I'm just saying just because that's the criteria doesn't mean you automatically get into the Hall of Fame. Right. So I'm not disputing what you're saying, but that's not that's the solidifying factor. Right. It's like you want to change.
George a Hall of Famer? Future Hall of Famer?
By the criteria in which we've seen like T-Max, Chris Webber's that were like, I think 8-time All-Stars. When you start getting by that criteria, the answer is yes. The answer is yes.
Why is everyone forgetting that he plays for the Sixers?
Because he didn't play for the Sixers.
We'll be out there. Listen, I play for whoever I want to in my mind.
Yeah, no, and that's more of just saying that like he didn't have an opportunity to have an impact. Then you had the Joel Embiid situation. Paul George hyperextended his knee in the preseason. He was battling uphill as a 30-something-year-old wing player, battling uphill from the preseason.
Right, then but you shouldn't forget that Paul George plays for the Philadelphia 76ers.
But he hasn't had his typical Paul George impact. Right, that he normally has. Normally, his team show up in the postseason. Indiana, OKC, Clippers.
Are you guys off the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I was gonna ask who the toughest point guard was that you guys had to face before.
Jason Kidd.
Did you just wink at Channing?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't see it.
Dude was an absolute like
it was a problem.
Dude was a different.
Just so fucking big,
and he dominated both ends of the floor. Dominated both ends. He was very similar to Rondo, right? Very similar, very very similar, but he was bigger, right? Yeah. He was bigger. He was like Rondo. Like you go look at J Kidd's accolades, right? Having 4-time like assist leader, 3-time steal leader, 9-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA. Like when you go, like he was Rondo, respect, but bigger. Led 2 teams to the finals. I think he played in 3 finals, won 1 championship, was the best player on 2 finals teams, right? So like J Kidd is like Rondo is like one of those guys, one of the great point guards of his era. But when you start talking about J Kidd, like we're talking about great point guards of the history of the game.
Post game, everything.
Oh my God. He would guard I saw him guard Corliss Williamson. He would guard 4 men.
That's a hell of a name.
That like he was guarding actual power forwards. We would switch 1 through 4. So Al Harrington would get J Kidd on the block. I would switch, and then all of a sudden, like J Kidd is like you and like.
And Corliss Williamson was a tough ass cover.
He was a power forward. Back when power forwards were.
They were power forwards wasn't nice. David West, Dirk. You had
KG Duncan. You had every night you had to strap your shoes up.
Murray.
Every dollar,
brand.
Jason Kidd is the reason why my kids go to private school.
You know who? Derrick Rose, his MVP season was.
I was just about to say that. Even before his MVP season.
Nah, the MVP season, it was just like we know he didn't just show up. He was rookie of the year.
No. But hear me out.
You're gonna say the same thing.
I played against Derrick Rose in one of the best playoff series in NBA history. When we played them in the Bulls 2009, 7-game series, right? Ben Gordon, you remember when he was going off? Ray had a 50 ball. Rondo averaged a 21-point triple-double in that series. Me and Jakeem Noah going back and forth. Derrick Rose, game 1, came out and had, I believe it was like 35 in the Garden. When I say I didn't have a fucking answer in that drop coverage, dog, the scariest thing.
Drop coverage with him and Kyrie. I don't think there's been any player where it could be a nightmare. You just see a storm coming at you.
And this is when centers, and Tom Thibodeau was my defensive coordinator. Centers were in the drop coverage. This way before switching. So I'm playing against a Brad Miller. He's setting these screens. And D Rose coming off downhill with the herky-jerky. If he's not getting all the way to the basket, he had that nice off-balance float action. And
pop up real quick off 2.
He bust my ass in that pick and roll. Rondo didn't fucking talk to me that entire day until we got to game. That like the rest of the off day until we got to game 2. I was like, bro, what the hell you want me to do?
Are you okay, Channing?
Dude, that was funny, Richard. You're slick. But dude, when he would do this and then drop and go do it, we were like, man, I can't move my feet that fast, little fuckers.
Now, I don't know if I've told the Tony Parker story, right? But Tony was a hyper competitive point guard. People don't give him enough credit for how competitive he is. Obviously, he won all the championships and stuff, but within that little French frame is a hyper competitive individual. And so we weren't double teaming. We were doing our traditional defense. And Derrick Rose had a first half that was so aggressive. Pop came in and was like, hey, Tony, I see what you're trying to do, but we're probably going to have to switch it up a little bit. And Tony was like, okay. But it's for that's what I'm saying. Tony Parker's a Hall of Fame point guard. And he was in his prime, and Derrick Rose was young Derrick Rose. And all of a sudden it was wow. And Pop came in. Tony, I appreciate it. Let's see what you're doing. I respect the fight, but we're probably going to have to switch this whole kind of the dynamic up. And Tony's like, okay.
Yeah, Steve was like, damn, Chenny, we gonna both need some help. I said, shit, hell yeah, we are. Because Steve would get hit on that screen, and he man, I can't run that fast, Channing. I said, no one could.
No one could.
Dude.
Channing, how did Chosen go? Got a lot of videos and pictures from my best friends that were hanging out with you and your crew all weekend. And you weren't necessarily there the whole time.
So here,
Perk, let me hear this story, Perk.
Welcome to Channing's story. This is my life, right? Glass half full guy. So I get the flight. So I go to Seattle, take the red eye. I land at 5 a.m. Ohio. Your boy ready to go, but I'm tired. Go back to the hotel. I said, I'm committed to my health. So I sleep a little bit, then get to the gym, right? I have a coffee before I go to the gym. No, nothing to eat. Fasted workout. Get my little exercise on, this and that. Boys are like, hey, let's meet up. Let's go to lunch. There's this little tavern in Worthington, Ohio. And so we go to a tavern. I say, you know what? My boys are here. Let me get a little glass of wine. I'm feeling good. Some water. And then let me get some chicken wings, double fried, honey glazed. So I'm ready for these chicken wings, right? So boys are talking, brother-in-law's there. We're talking about Chosen. I take one bite and like I go to drink some water and it gets stuck in my throat. So I go to the bathroom at this restaurant and throw up, right? Because
oh yeah, Perk, this is real.
oh yeah. So the thing doesn't come out, but I can talk like I'm talking to you, right? Except it just feels pressure in my throat, right? So I'm like, all right, it's 2:30. Let's go back to my brother-in-law's house. Let's just chill. I'll try to work this out. So my event is at 5, from 5 to 7. For 2.5 hours, I am online from YouTube to calling different doctors to everything to get this one piece of chicken wing or skin or whatever it was out of my neck, right?
Was it a bone?
No, it wasn't a bone. It was a piece of the gristle, but the skin was so tough that it didn't dissolve. So I didn't know that. So I'm trying Coke. I'm trying everything, and it's only getting
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola, right?
Yeah, Coca-Cola. I was not on the sugar. On the sugar. So listen, I'm like, holy shit, I can't go to urgent care because I don't know how long. And all these people are coming to this wine event at House Wines in Worthington. Okay. So I go to the event with the chicken in my throat. I can't eat. I can't drink. So the only thing I've had to eat the whole day is nothing but except for that coffee at like 10 o'clock a.m. So we go to the event, and every time I'm swallowing, trying to tell the story, and it was packed. So I think there was like 120 people end up coming. We sold out all the wine. It was great. I think we sold like 7 cases or something like that, which is a lot in 2 hours. Man, we're about an hour and 45 minutes in, and I'm looking at Chris, and my eyes are getting red. And I'm like, Chris is our CEO, and I'm like, dog, I got to go to urgent care. So he's all right, man, let's get out of here. We'll get you to urgent care. They'll fix it, and we'll come right back for dinner. Boom, gonna be 15 minutes. It's 6:45 right now, p.m. We go to urgent care. That's 15 minutes away. Sorry, we're closing in. We don't have the equipment for this. So they're like, well, go here. That's another 15 minutes. Go somewhere else. They're like, man, luckily the dude goes, Channing Frye, what the fuck are you doing in here? It's the doctor. Well, he's like, hey, try this. This usually works 50% of the time, or else we're going to have to send you to ER for real. And I go, damn, what? I said, all right, what is it? So you take Sprite, and then you jump up and down and try to knock it down. Yes. So and I'm still wearing a Chosen polo, khaki pants. So I'm in this room jumping, trying to sip Sprite. Doesn't work. So he's like, man, I'm sorry. I called ahead for the surgeon to go get you. And you just got to go there. Another 15 minutes. So now it's 9 o'clock at night. I go to the ER. They squeeze me up there. Man, listen. The guy goes, what up? The guy goes, yeah, we're going to have to get your IV, blah, blah, blah. And I go, IV for what? He was like, oh, we got to put you under. I said, you got to do what? He was like, yeah, we got to take a camera and put a camera down your throat to see what's clogged up in there and blah, blah, blah. So, man, they put me to sleep.
Can I show this picture that
you didn't have to be put?
Channing?
Tell me you put things down your throat all the time. You didn't have to be.
No.
You're right, Doc.
Hell
Normally,
no.
I'm wide awake when that happens. I don't need to go to sleep.
Channing, can I show the picture that you sent me at 10 o'clock? This is the photo that I got from Channing.
Dude, I was legit asleep. Yo,
and then Perk, it gets better. I got the full report from Channing. He was like, this is what was lodged in my throat.
Yeah, it was literally the skin, and then there was a piece of gristle stuck in the skin. So I finally got home 11:30, 12, didn't eat anything, didn't do anything. And then, but the game is the next day where we had a tailgate, right? So I go to bed at 12. I wake up at 5:30 the next day, and everyone's like, are you all right? I'm like, yeah, I feel great. And had a great time at the shoot. Ohio State, Richard, is a crazy experience. I've been to Nebraska. I've been to Texas. I've been to the Big House. Washington, like the Huskies, has a great stadium. Oregon, Autzen,'s great stadium. Here's where I would rank them. Okay? Texas, Ohio State, Big House, Nebraska, Oregon, Washington.
Have you been to Notre Dame yet?
No. Is that crazy?
It's a good time.
I heard Georgia.
I've been to
LSU,
Georgia. I went Georgia
Florida.
versus South Carolina.
Oh,
It was a good
South
time.
Carolina, I heard cracking. Dude,
Athens is an interesting place.
it's a whole different. It's not. People like football on the West Coast. These motherfuckers live, die, breathe. I've never seen so many Ohio State tattoos in my life.
Channing, my family was doing, unfortunately, our defense is so good. Yeah, I said our defense is so good. We only got to do 2, but like we beer bong every touchdown. Like we take shots for every touchdown scored on. Like, yeah, that's what the Midwest does. We drink and we rage and we fucking love our sports.
SEC is
y'all gotta touch grass. Y'all gotta get outside. That's what happens when you live.
Y'all gotta get outside.
Nah, we're outside. We play,
unless you're an urgent care choking on
we play hoops round where I'm from.
Dude, my brother goes, "Hey man, you need to get out of Oregon. How a brother gonna choke on chicken? We've had years of perfectly eating this." I was
Thanks,
like,
bro. Like how the fuck you choke on chicken, bro?
Man, listen, it was the skin
private
was
school.
tough.
They don't teach them. They don't teach the black private school kids how to do that.
I could tell, Channing, your ass for sure ain't never had. You for sure haven't ate leg quarters. You know what I'm saying?
No,
you ain't had.
I don't even know what it is. No one on here has. No one has.
Leg quarters?
I was poor, but I wasn't poor.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
I was poor, but I wasn't poor.
He wasn't eating horse.
I had shoes. They might have holes in them. They might be too big or too small or banged up or crushed up. But I had shoes. Like some people didn't have shoes. I wasn't that poor.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't that poor.
The other thing I will say is we also don't eat, we just drink when it comes to sports. So Channing, maybe lesson learned. I also eat chicken wings with a fork. Maybe you should try that next time.
No.
Having said all of that.
Never.
And maybe they shouldn't have been fried, Channing.
My bad. I did double fry.
Perk, double fried.
I double fried. It had to be crispy. I don't like the rubbery
honestly, Channing, did you enjoy the surgery?
Now you know how we all feel, assholes. Okay, having said all of that, I bring this conversation to the best news. Road Trippin 10, ROAD as in dog, TRIPPIN, for those of you that maybe struggle to spell. The number 10 is the code for anyone listening to Road Trippin. If you want to buy Chosen Wine, you get 10% off. You're welcome. Channing will choke on chicken wings for you.
You're welcome.
Road Trippin 10 for 10% off. Go buy Chosen. It's amazing.
Don't get mad at us. We don't ship to all 50 states. There's a lot of rules between that, but it's too much. That's too much.
Some of it has to do with Channing's ankle bracelet that he has to wear in his monitor. But that's for another podcast.
Dude, I do not have an ankle bracelet on right now.
Not right now. Not right now. Show the other one.
Don't worry about that. Mind your business.
Do you really have an ankle bracelet on right now?
No, Allison.
Oh, Jesus.
I barely jaywalk.
Wow.
He barely eats chicken.
We got to wrap this up. Give me one more, whether you guys have something to get off your chest or I have 3 topics, you guys can choose one.
Good. Give us 3. I can't remember. There was something else that pissed me off the other
maybe
day.
Perk has something. I feel like you just took a big...
Yo, look, I haven't got all the way into it, but it's all this in the community. Everybody's calling Young Thug, a snitch and a rat for, getting out of jail, and all these quote unquote YNs is what they call them. All of them snitching and doing all this, right? Here's the thing. Number one, if you're a youngster out there in the world, the streets are dead, brother. The streets are dead. Seriously, it's no money to get in the streets. It's no loyalty in the streets. And it's part of it. And here's the thing. People want to act so tough, and they like, oh yeah, when they come and get me, I ain't saying nothing to them. You a fucking lie. You a damn lie. You're a damn lie. You don't have a choice. You're going to talk to those people. Now, what you say when you get in that room is on you. But when somebody come to you and say, hey, you facing 99 to 2 life sentences, you know what I'm saying? Because
I tell them my mama.
But
You listen.
because in this world, the adults, it's their fault, right? Because we fucking praise people like we throw a party when somebody get out of jail, right? And then we listen to their stories about, yeah, I did 10 down in Cokefield. I did 15 down in Beaumont, Texas, and you make it, and these youngsters are listening to it like, oh yeah, I just gotta sit down and do 5. I come out from out of jail and I got my stripes. Nah, bro, the streets are dead. Like the streets are fucking dead, and it's our job as celebrities, faces, voices. I'm talking to you too, Allie, to start speaking out about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because something got to change, bro. Like it's weird out here, and then people just like, oh yeah, he's a rat, he's a snitch, he's doing this, and I'm like, motherfucker, you ain't never been in that position. You don't know what it feels like to come from nothing to all of a sudden build your music career up to you a multi-millionaire. You got a mansion, you got cars, you got cash, and then all of a sudden you facing a judge, you behind bars, and all this about to get taken away from you. And you 25, 26 years fucking old. Like, we got to make...
Just look. Make better decisions. Make better decisions.
Thank you, Richard.
No. Perk, I'm with you, right? Like, you and I could speak probably a little bit more than others about like life decisions and what direction and path that you're going to choose, right? I had 2 older brothers. One of them was in jail the entire time, in and out. I was visiting him, and he was in Tent City with Sheriff Joe Arpaio. Then he was at the juvenile facility. Then he was at the prison outside of Tucson, and I'm going and visiting him in between my Arizona basketball games. So I understand that. And we were raised in the same house. We had the same opportunities, and we made different decisions, right? So all you can, like, I tell it to my nephews, I tell it to my kids, is like, you can choose your path. Either one is going to be hard. Some situations for kids are tough to be in, but we can also say that there are different ways, there are different paths, and you don't have to choose it. Now, I can't supplement what's being taught in their home. I can't supplement as a face on television or as a voice. I can't supplement what their environment is. I can communicate that you can make better decisions, right? Because I grew up in the exact same home with a person who made complete opposite decisions as me, right? So even when it was being taught in my home, there were people making different decisions. And we all got family members like that.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
But as a community, we can just express to them and continue to lead by example and express like, hey, there's different opportunities out there. That's my opinion.
As Devin Bro said, choose your heart.
Choose your heart. Choose
and
your
as
heart.
Glennon Doyle said, we can do hard things. That's what we've learned on this podcast.
Shout out GD.
Love her. All right, you guys are amazing. That's another edition of Road Trippin. Don't forget, Road Trippin 10 for 10% off.
Wait, Allie, should we start telling them about our schedule, our new schedule coming up?
We'll be recording twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 a.m. Pacific, from the Road Trippin Studios in Richard's basement. And guess what? We're going to be together a lot. So we're all going to get along. Because that's what we do.
As soon as Richard gets a real wine fridge, this should be
Perk. Get ready.
That sounds like a great gift. That we will drink chosen wine every morning at 9 a.m.
We will be drinking chosen rosé every morning at 9 a.m. Maybe a little shard. And then we'll be doing stand workouts with you, Perk. Get ready.
Brother.
Perk has never been to my house.
Would you stop saying that?
You can come to my house too.
Feel fucked up.
You should feel fucked up. You ain't seen your nephews. You ain't kind of hoop with your nephews.
No. But you make me feel bad. You know I want to come visit, right? This motherfucker know I didn't put in a 6 a.m. to damn near 10 at night shift, and he's like, "You want to come by the crib?" I'm like, "Motherfucker, I'm tired."
I mean, he does have a hot tub that overlooks the ocean. Did I just say that?
There's a weight limit in it though. There's the water displacement.
That is so fucked up. Perk, you look amazing. I love you all. That's another edition of Road Trip.